Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. So, we need to get 5 Paladin or Priest victories. I've played as the Paladin on Standard and I played as the Priest on Standard. It's time to go to Wild. So, click the button, click over here, let's play Paladin Wild. There is some weirdness here too. I'll show it next turn if I remember. Where if I just went over here and clicked on the wild deck, it doesn't automatically switch to wild mode. It just gives you a error instead. I'm like, why not just go to wild mode? I just clicked on the wild deck. Let me play. Just switch me to wild. And frankly, if you click on a standard deck, you should go back to standard play. It's ridiculous that you would ever want to play a standard deck in wild mode. I mean, you might do it, but it's crazy. It's crazy. You'll never win.
I will fight with honor.
Alright, so here is my Paladin Wild deck, which you may notice is all Murlocs. In fact, do I even have anything that isn't a Murloc in this deck? The coin. Everything is Murlocs. There's not a single card in this deck that's not Murloc. This. My hero power becomes summon a Murloc. So, Silver Hand Murloc abilities. So on this deck, the only thing that screws you up is simply how fast you get your what? There's a non-Murloc card. How fast you get Old Markai. That's it. That's the only thing that changes. You could get, let's see, the Murloc War Leader to improve your attack a little bit, but overall it's just Old Markai and then you're done. This, attack, attack, and attack. In return. So one thing I wanted to talk about is, it's a silly thing to talk about, but I think I should let people know. I bought a new plug for my cell phone, which I use to record, to time all the recordings that I make and such. Silver Hand Recruit.
Let me think.
Do I want to play control or do I just want to smash the face? I think I'm just going to smash the face. And since we're going to do that, I want to play this guy. And then, since I'm gonna go kill this guy. And then kill this guy again. Play this. Just more Murlocs.
Move quickly.
So, yeah, I got this new cell phone thing. It's a 2.1 amp thing, plugger. And I had recently gotten 2 specialized USB to micro USB ports. One has a magnetic connector so that I'd been having fears that I would eventually break my connector on my cell phone because that's what tends to break as I win this game here. Yeah, my hero power doesn't even do anything. Interesting. That's kind of a shame. It doesn't like give you a 0 mana one you could play later. Uh, let's say for a second that this is explosive trap. Does that win the game for him? No. Not one bit. And then infest is you get a beast every time one of these characters dies. So he's just trying to get more beasts so he can potentially get a taunt creature. Let's see. Here's a good one. And then here's a good one. And so here's his explosive trap is now dead. And so he's giving up. I don't think we really need to look at them anymore. This Murloc deck. Let's go check out my priest deck in Wild before I get too crazy with it. I may have to come back to the Murloc deck and get these victories. Otherwise I'm going to get these victories off screen because I'm not going for a fourth thing. So I've got the specialized cords. One is magnetic connector, so you put a little nub of a thing at the bottom of your phone, and then you plug the cord in, and when the two magnets at the end come together, it connects wires. So it's not wireless energy. It's just a magnet that disconnects and reconnects. And the reason there is like if I grab my phone and pull it away from the cord or jerk away from the cord, which happens a lot, and I've broken several cord wires already this way over the years, because what I have a tendency to do is I have the phone on my bed when I fall asleep, intentionally or unintentionally, and then I toss and turn when I'm sleeping and drag it and pull it and yank it, and that just fixes everything when it's magnetic, because then if you drag it, pull it, yank it, it just disconnects. No harm, no foul. There is a slight problem with the magnet getting disconnected and reconnecting, getting disconnected and reconnecting, starting more charge cycles that potentially might wear down my battery. And I thought maybe that was the case because it had gotten to the point where with these new cords, the other cord is just a special cord that you can plug it in upside down and it still works, like USB-C but for micro USB. It's just a non-standard connector that where it's like, oh, it fits this way, turn it 180, oh, it fits that way, good, whatever. And I thought I had worn out the battery because it gotten to the point where with just the screen on, barely doing anything, playing audio or playing a YouTube with the brightness down as low as possible, even plugged in, it could not even maintain a charge. So I would turn down the brightness, I'd start a YouTube video all the way down, and then plug it in, and it would be like 50, and then a minute down it's 49, and then a minute goes 48, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's supposed to be charging here. It's trying to pull as much power as possible. The phone should go up under these conditions, and I have it in power save mode on there, and I'm turning down the processor in power save mode. I'm doing every single possible thing I can think of on my Android phone to save power, and it's just going down and down and down. I'm like, this battery must be shot. And because the cords that I got were short, I had a USB extension cord on them, so it was a extension cord for USB. I guess I don't need a description there. Plugged into the new cord, plugged into an old charger, and I said, well, maybe it's a charger, so I got a new charger that gives more voltage. It should be like a quick charge charger. It should be. I don't know if it technically actually is. And it still was not working. Nothing was helping. And so finally I just said, maybe it's the extension cord. And so I unplugged the extension cord and just plugged the cord into the new charger by default. It went from 12 hours to charge to 1 hour and 30 minutes to charge on the battery. Ridiculous. So there's something about the extension cord could not handle the wattage. And this is something new to me, really. definitely something I've never heard of or thought of is that you could even begin to could that an extension cord could do it. I even have half a thought that there might be some circuitry inside the extension cord. Uh, I have seen some spy stuff that where you have like an extension cord or a mouse or anything else that where there's just secret right in the cord, tiny little circuits that are you can't see that would be spying on things, installing viruses, whatever. I mean, that's super paranoid and probably not the case. Probably the case is that the extension cord is shorted out or it's just simply not rated. But yeah, I got rid of that, and now everything's back to normal, and I'm glad for that because I certainly don't want things to be broken.
How many fingers do you see?
Get rid of this. Job done. So, what is... This is my old priest deck, basically, is what this wild deck is. It's just a modified version of my old priest deck with a lot of characters that get attacked when you heal.
This face.
This is a new pirate that was introduced. Interesting. My mother does love this face. So yeah, that was one thing I wanted to talk about. It's like, check out your cords, check out your plugs. Now this charger is still kind of scaring me because it smells like new plastic, and I keep wondering if it's overheating or gonna explode, which is a possibility. Hopefully it doesn't, but.
Just a pinch of vigor. Does this hurt?
But overall, it seems to be working, and I'm very happy about that. That you can fix something. That I can have time and ability to fix anything these days. My server seems like it's going to work, and I'm basically restoring from every single hard drive from a RAID drive, and for some reason that seems like it's working and finding more files. I have no why. I have no idea why that would be the case. To say one drive that's part of a hard drive would find more files than the other drive, I don't know. But I'll keep on doing it. I'll keep on overwriting it. I'll probably end up with a big old mess of files. I'm probably going to end up deleting a significant portion of those files anyways. But I wasn't happy with the thought that I would simply have to start from scratch and lose stuff that I really don't want to lose.
In the light's name.
Let's see, 2, 6.
A new recipe.
This new tentacle thing, that +2/+6 is pretty good. So what else was I going to talk about? Let's see what else is coming on YouTube. Like, a lot of comments with Whisper of the Old Gods. Did I mention that? Yeah, I wrote a canned response for the person who said that you couldn't hear me on the Hearthstone things. When people complain about audio now, I'm simply going to give them a canned response. I'm going to say sorry, first of all, and just like explain. I've probably already fixed it in future recordings.
You want to buy
I can't go back and
cake?
re-record type stuff. Because honestly,
Enter
if
the
there's something wrong with the
shadows.
video or audio of the current video, let me know by all means. But don't be surprised when the canned response comes back. Because there's just nothing I can do. Unless I really am willing to come back and let's just take the victory. Unless I'm willing to go back and re-record the game. Re-record the footage, which I'm probably not willing to do. Let's just cycle between the two. I wanted to actually come back here and check how high our rank was. Yeah, we made it to rank 19. And in a couple of days that quest is going to go here. We're almost to 2,000. Well, no we're not. We're at 1,250 gold. I'm hoping to have a lot more gold by the next expansion. And at some point before the next expansion, I would like to have a 50 card pack opening for classic cards.
I will fight with honor.
I think 50 is the right time. I may do a 100 card pack opening for a classic just so that I could get to search for that too. Because making YouTube titles is sometimes just about search engine optimization. But I don't think I'd ever go over 100. 100 packs would be over an hour of just opening card packs, and I just don't see a reason to do that. And it doesn't make any sense. One of the issues that's greatly I realized about my Whispers of the Old Gods cards videos is it's impossible when YouTube is suggesting videos to you to tell what you're clicking on by the default thumbnails. I need so many thumbnails for the next expansion on Hearthstone. I need 10 revealing all the card thumbnails that are each separate and unique thumbnails. One for each character class and one for neutral. I need 9 deck rebuilding videos that are unique from each other for each character class. For standard play, I need another 9 for wild play. I need at least 3 card pack openings that would be like 50 card pack opening of different separate things. So you're talking like 25 separate thumbnails for the next expansion is what I need to do it right. Now, I'm probably not going to actually get that, unfortunately, but that's what I would want to do it right. And right now for my channel, Hearthstone videos and Hearthstone expansions are the big deal. They are the presidential election to CNN. If I can explain that a little bit better, it's like every time there's a presidential election on CNN, they bring out the holograms, they bring out tons of charts, they have 8 people talking 24 hours, 12 hours a day about it, saying that, having the same conversations over and over again. It's where they just let the brakes loose and put in all their effort. And that's really what the Hearthstone expansion thing. It's the most amount of work I'm probably going to do in that 4 months time frame. Back to Priest. And there is also a issue here that I can't really work. What I would need to do to get my videos out faster, because some of those videos were coming out like 14, 15, 16 hours later after the expansion. That's really after the expansion went live. That's really slow. What I needed to have been able to do is to have opened all the card packs as soon as possible, and then from that hand my account over somehow to 9 other people, or 9 other copies of me, really, who then would have each gone their separate way and spent the 10 minutes to build. Well, no, it wouldn't be 9. I would have had to hand it over. my account over to 18 other copies of me.
In the light's
I
name.
to do the 9 characters in standard mode deck rebuilds and the 9 characters in wild mode deck rebuilds, and then all of those should be done in parallel for about 10 to 20 minutes, and then all of those videos would have had to been uploaded in and labeled and done in parallel. And this is highly in the realm of fantasy. It's completely impossible. First of all, I don't think you can have anybody logged into an account more than once. So there can't be multiple people, let alone versions of me, because cloning technology has yet to been perfected. But that's kind of what I need, is this weird setup in which I can work in parallel. And since I can't do that, I don't know what other time-saving mechanics I can employ. I think I can pretty much say doing the wild deck rebuilds needs to be put off to a second day. So instead of it being 16 hours of recording, it needs to be 8. I am almost 100% certain you have to do the pack opening video first. It doesn't make any sense to try to do deck rebuilds if you don't have the cards, and you won't have the cards until you do the pack opening. So, however, in the pack opening, if I'm going to open 50, 150, or 100 packs, I need to break it down into increments of probably 50. So do a pack opening of 50, record another pack opening of 50, and then record a third pack opening of 50 if you were going to open 150. And then turn around and only release the first video. And then the next day release the second video, and the next day release the third video. And that way it increases your views a little bit. Let's see. Well, none of these have taunt, so I guess I can
My
just
fate is sealed.
do this. And then after recording the pack opening
Nothing
videos, I need to
scares
make the
me.
9 things.
Except mice.
And I probably should think of some kind of randomization there, where every expansion it's a different order that's a little bit different, so I don't run into a video that's just the hunter gets way more views than anything else. But whatever first video comes out is probably going to get the most views by far.
In the light's name.
I've lost.
Just a pinch of vigor.
Let's go ahead and
My fate is sealed.
attack this one.
Running program.
This one. And then lose. But after that point, I can't think of any time saving mechanics. Deck rebuilds take as long as they take, I think. Unless there's
Glory
something
to the
else I can
Sindori.
do. And I don't know what else I can do, because let's face it, I have to look at all the cards available to me, and I need to, at that point, make decisions. Even if I cut it down and rebuilt all of the decks off screen and just had a really quick video showing what the deck was, that doesn't reduce the amount of time I spend on it, it just reduces the amount of footage, which is generally the wrong way to go. Sometimes it's acceptable, certainly, recording certain series, to say, you know what, I'll do this off screen. Like Hearthstone, I may very well, at the end of this recording, just say, you know what, I'll do this off screen. if I don't get these last couple victories I need. Uh, but more often than not, it's better to have footage.
Uther versus Jaina.
I don't know if I'm going straight back
You asked
to
for it.
I will
always
fight with
doing
honor.
3 videos per recording. It's been a little bit of an extra build up here in this because it is the first recording with the Whisper of the Old Gods. It's been quite a while. I think I've skipped a couple of days. I also got
Hello.
a lot of quests done. I guess I
Done. Well
didn't
met.
say that, did I? In the Whisper of the Old Gods expansion, I got quests done while I was doing deck rebuilds, and I got quests done off screen because there was no way I was gonna do a recording session. It just wasn't happening. No way in the world was I gonna do a recording session after spending 16 hours recording. I could try to separate it even more, I suppose. And only do a couple of characters deck rebuilds on the first day, but every second I wait to upload anything, it's less views, by far. We can see that's the case. People are frothing at the bit to see those deck rebuilds when the new expansion comes up. And then, sadly, all those people that are frothing at the bit disappear. They really just disappear after a couple days. A tiny percentage of them subscribe and come back and see my videos, any more of my videos, but like, most of them you never see, they never come back again. Well, not until the next expansion. And maybe on the next expansion more of my videos get recommended. But it's impossible to tell what my video is versus another without a custom thumbnail too. It's so difficult. It just all looks the same. And there's some weirdness. Let's see, this one. Turn. Excuse me. You can tell my throat is dry from all this talking, even. I think it was a very good idea to take some days off. Although I'm not in this fight. I am so far behind with recording Assassin's Creed. And Assassin's Creed is really showing itself as far as just how little of that game is really important. How so much of it is just busy, open world, busy work. Assassin's Creed 1 in particular. I think the stories better integrate your investigations and you don't ever see it quite like this. In fact, pretty much as soon as you get into Assassin's Creed 2 and the trilogy of Assassin's Creed 2, it starts to work. Interesting, somewhat story is that it's hard to even explain this story.
Amazing.
But yeah, here's the new
By the holy light!
sorry thing going on.
Amazing.
Basically, one of the creators
Reporting for duty.
of Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 worked for Ubisoft Montreal. Then he quit and kind of mad at him, quit, and then went to work for THQ. THQ went out of business, and Ubisoft Montreal bought him. Effectively bought him as an employee. They bought the company and they bought all the employees and then immediately fired him. Which I guess, I mean, what else can you do? The problem there, I suppose, is when it comes down to the fact that he was working on a game, and because THQ owned that game, and in theory, or at least they thought THQ owned that game, then
My magic will
Ubisoft
tear
Montreal
you
basically
apart.
bought this game that he was his baby away from him, and so then he immediately sues them and says, no, this is mine, and I guess he's can make the argument that he was work for hire or something, and thus he wasn't under some kind of contract that says everything he creates during the time of employment or on company hours belongs to the company.
Separate lives, please.
Which most companies rip you off that way. They will say, yeah, everything you do while we're working. I mean, it's even worse as a scientist in like universities where they like own the patent and the copyright on everything you write and everything you may invent. But it's pretty bad usually anyway. But so he sued them, and somehow he won that suit, so I don't know any of the details, and he got back the game. But not Assassin's Creed or Assassin's Creed 2, the game. It's this other game that he was working on that has nothing to do, per se, with Assassin's Creed, but it's Assassin's Creed-ish. I think it's called Amsterdam 1976. So we may, I may finish the Assassin's Creed series right when that comes out, because he's working on a different game. This is like the worst news reporting you could possibly do, that I'm doing right here. It's being uninformed and not intelligent on the subject at all. But so here's what I've got to do here. I gotta kill this guy, and kill this. See if I can win. I still have old Murkai, so if I could get some guys on my
Pay
team.
attention, class.
He's killing his own character.
Feeling
Why did this not activate, though?
My magic will tear you apart.
Deal 2 damage to all non-Murloc things, alright.
My magic will tear you
So-
apart.
It's a weird story and you never know really what's going on there.
Who knows what
Also, on Weird Stories, the guy who, apparently the guy who went on there and said, it's good that programmers have to kill themselves and work for 16 hours a day and crunch is what it's called. And if they don't like it, they can just go find a job in some other field. Even his own daughter apparently tore him a new hole, and it was like, everybody is rightfully against this guy, and just like, no, that's not acceptable. It's totally wrong. Sadly, it gets into one of these situations where people go, it's totally wrong, but I really can't or won't do anything to change it, so it's still gonna happen. The truth is, if the management of all the video game companies just agreed not to do it, which I think they are kind of starting to work towards that. As we see more and more games being delayed, one would hope that it's because they are reducing crunch. And there's just like, the whole system is messed up. There's a lot of, you get fired as soon as you're done making the game stuff, so you never get to be a full-time, a long-term employee. You never get to that 6-month that 2-year evaluation, I would say, and where you'd say, you know what, I've been working really hard and I deserve a raise or anything like that. It's like, nope, you're just everybody's gonna be
Amazing.
fired before then, and we'll just hire new people and we'll burn them out, and it's not a good system. None of the working things are good systems. Ideally, I would prefer we were much like the Japanese companies where it's almost impossible to fire somebody, so they have to resort to crazy things where they're just trying to bore employees into quitting. And I would hope that there was more.
Amazing.
Let's see, is this guy gonna win or what? If he's not gonna take the victory in this next turn, I'm gonna just concede. But the thing is, sometimes Japanese people don't quit too, and the job market's too bad. So that's the problem from an outsider's perspective. Yeah, this guy's just not going anywhere. So I have no cards in here that would win for me. Well, actually, I'm gonna just do this and then end the turn. If he decides not to win, I might take the victory away from him when I get old Markai. Nope, he's gonna take the victory.
Do you know the secret handshake?
As soon as I held back a card and he wasn't certain.
Caress your fear.
But the real problem here, let's see, where are we? I'm gonna do another Paladin play. The real problem here is younger and younger people are going to have to retire off a company's retirement, unless in the United States the government actually starts doing, like, really ramping up Social Security and really reducing the
For Doomhammer, I will fight with honor.
the age that you need to retire at. That's really how it has to go. Because truth is, most jobs are BS. Most jobs are unnecessary, shouldn't exist in the first place. You're just keeping people around, giving them busy work. If you reduce the number of hours, you could keep more employees, but you don't want to keep more employees because then it's just the whole system's messed up. It's a house of cards on lies, and I'm not gonna explain any of it. I don't have time, but it really is. The whole economy is based on lies. The whole everything is based on lies in the United States, and what is happening is people are working harder and dying to just maintain their life and lifestyles, and they have no retirement. And polls are showing this. It's like people have nothing in their savings. People have, I saw an article, people would struggle, 30% of all people in America would struggle to get $400 extra if something came up. 400 is a really small amount for an adult. To just, like, you don't have any savings at all, you cannot pay for $400. $400 is a set of cheap tires. So if you needed 4 new tires on your, or 3 tires maybe would be more accurate, that's really low. And I'm certainly not exempt from this criticism. I would struggle to get $400 right now too. And I'm in the worst of the worst positions as far as income. And even if I had tons of ad revenue coming in and tons of fans and people were donating, the danger is still very much there that those things would disappear overnight. And the only thing that counteracts that is to save every penny I can get, and I really can't do that. I can't add games and continue the channel and work off a budget and save, because when your income is so low, you just can't do it. And then that's the case with everybody. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Was that enough? Are we done? No, I still got one more. Let's see if we can get this done in 5 minutes. What else was I going to talk about? So, at the end of three recordings, I am starting to run out of things to talk about, but it was really a lot of build up to even get to this point, to get back to 3 recordings. Like I say, I'm not sure I'm coming back to 3 recordings ever. I think next recording session we'll probably see. Looks like the spinner wheel has more jokes on it, but it still says worthy opponent every time.
I will fight with honor.
I'm hoping with E3 maybe things will change and there will be some more things to talk about. I've realized I also need to figure out, probably on Twitter, figure out when new movies are getting recorded. I've realized like the new Harry Potter book movie, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, that movie, which isn't really a Harry Potter because Harry Potter's not in it, is gonna come out, and so when I get that release date, that's a great time to do Lego Harry Potter if I haven't already done it, and similar things for other things, or what I'd like to try to come about and accomplish is have as many movies that are somewhat related to video games come out. It's not very many. Apparently they're doing a new Tomb Raider thing, they're doing a Ghost in the Shell movie. The Ghost in the Shell is an anime, but is a Ghost in the Shell free-to-play shooter. I may cover that a little bit. I almost bought a DLC for it on sale, but I couldn't justify my mind spending money for DLC things that for free-to-play games. And if I really was gonna do that, I should have done it on Sakura Clicker, because then I could have gotten a bunch of achievements through that. But no, I want real games, not DLC or free-to-play things. What else is? Marvel movies are going to continuously come. Spider-Man movies, the next Spider-Man movie is apparently going to be under Marvel's control creatively. That is somewhat questionable, but probably true. For as much as Sony has screwed up that franchise again and again, I think it would make a lot of sense if it was true that they just decided to say, forget it, just pay us you just make the show, the movie, and we will take the profits and share it with you. I think that makes a lot more sense to him. Oh my god, how many cards does this guy have? Let's go ahead and get rid of him. Job done. He's gonna have 10 cards. If only I could have made him draw a couple more. So we gotta kill this one and this one because he's gonna deal 1 damage. Well, actually I could do this, and then attack with this. That's a better move. I'm sure there's stuff I can do. There's like a lot of stuff I look at on Twitter, and it just never comes back up. It really doesn't. It's like, okay, somebody announced the game somewhere. Oxenfree is getting the more endings on the PlayStation 4. Another game's been announced. A lot of times I just see games announced and it's like, okay, good, this game is announced, but until I see it on Steam to add it to a wish list, or until it comes out, or if it's in early access, there's really nothing to even talk about it. There's no point to talking about a game that may not be out for 2+ years if it's good. A lot of stuff doesn't come to Steam and it's like free to play, or it is free to play and it is on Steam, and both of those are. If it doesn't come to Steam, if it's free to play, let's see. If I did this, it would just never work, would it? So this is silly, but if I can't really play this, or it's just gonna power up the guys. Well, actually, I should have probably played one of these, but whatever. He's gonna have a lot of opportunities here to make some more. So we'll see what happens. See what he does. But see, I've got 6 on the field, so unless he can do something cool, which he did. This guy. Right. So this, and then this.
Everyone! Get in! Everyone! Get in! Everyone! Get in here!
And then this.
Everyone! Get in! Everyone! Get in here!
And then this.
Job's
And
done.
then end the turn. So he can attack with these 3, but I don't think it's gonna help him.
Everyone! Get in here! My blade be thirsty. Some's
Well, this is gonna be hard to win. Let's try this. Alright, old Makai. And then this. Kill this guy. And then kill this guy.
Job's done.
And then end the turn. I think I may lose here. This is where the recording session is gonna end, though. Probably a dozen things I miss. Like the news I read, I don't know. I need to figure out a better way to work with it, to improve upon it, to have more things to talk about. If I'm gonna try to do 3 recordings all the time, I don't think I am gonna try to do 3 recordings. Maybe we'll get back to 2.
Everyone! Get in here!
Yeah, if I just had like one spell that would do damage. But I don't. I'm gonna lose. Yeah, there's a flaw here.
Everyone, get in here!
Job done.
This guy's at 18, so all he's gotta do is get past this and he's won. Did he kill himself? Don't tell me he killed himself. Nah, he just wanted to get up to 26. Alright, well played.
Well played.
Well, I'll just play this off screen and get the rest of this gold quest done. I need to get to Assassin's Creed today, definitely. Let's see. And so, like, here's the problem. It's like, you click here, it should just go back to standard. And when you come over here and click on
That
this,
deck is only for wild games.
why does it not just switch to wild? Why does it give me an error instead? So once I get this done, I'll be at 1320 as far as gold. Do we have anything in our cards that's new? Nope. We've done all that. I'm saving that card pack here for, I'm gonna do a 1 card pack opening just to be silly. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.